Live from the campus of Washington and Lee University, this is a Channel 18 Rockbridge News Update.
Good afternoon and welcome to this spring's final live Tuesday News Update. I'm Carly Snyder. Witness testimony is continuing for the 7th day in the Derek Chauvin murder trial. The prosecution is now focusing in on the Minneapolis Police Department's use of force policies as they seek to convict the former officer for the killing of George Floyd. CNN's Daryl Forges is in Minneapolis with the latest.
In the murder trial of Derek Chauvin,
the court will make a determination and then counsel can follow up with Mr. Hall.
Judge Peter Cahill delaying testimony from Maurice Hall, George Floyd's friend, who was with him during the encounter with Chauvin, as Hall invokes the Fifth Amendment.
Mr. Hall is invoking his Fifth Amendment privilege against self-incrimination in several key areas of questioning that we believe he would face were he to be called to testify.
The prosecution now continuing to question members of law enforcement as they concentrate their arguments on Chauvin's use of force.
I am the Crisis Intervention Training Coordinator for the department.
In key testimony Monday, Minneapolis Police Chief Madaria Arredondo said the former officer violated department policy when he knelt on Floyd's neck for more than 9 minutes.
It is not part of our training, and it is certainly not part of our ethics or our values.
During cross-examination, Chauvin's attorney, Eric Nelson, focusing on the exact placement of Chauvin's knee.
Would you agree that from the perspective of Officer King's body camera, it appears that Officer Chauvin's knee was more on Mr. Floyd's shoulder blade?
Yes.
And arguing Floyd's drug use and pre-existing health conditions were the primary cause of death. In Minneapolis, I'm Daryl Forges.
President Joe Biden is set to announce Tuesday that he is shaving off about 2 weeks off his May 1st deadline for states to make all adults eligible for the coronavirus vaccine. By April 19th, all Americans over the age of 16 will be eligible to take the vaccine. This comes as variants are spreading rapidly. Britt Conway has the latest on the race between vaccinations and variants.
From production to packaging to planes to the pavement and to the people.
Okay, here we go.
The COVID-19 vaccine rollout is going strong, with every state announcing plans to expand vaccine eligibility to people 16 years and older, if they haven't already. But Dr. Ashish Jha, epidemiologist Michael Osterholm, and Dr. Paul Offit worry it's creating false hope. Average new case counts are up more than 16% these past 2 weeks, and the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention says part of the reason for the rise is because of variants like the one first spotted in the UK.
It's not long before it's going to sweep across the country.
And the variants make it particularly concerning.
That's because there are still so many questions about the variants.
To date, we don't know that these variants have completely escaped immunity, where, for example, if you've been naturally infected or immunized, you still may be hospitalized or be in an ICU or die.
And there are other variants popping up, like the one first identified in India that's also been reported in California, not to mention the variants still to come as viruses mutate over time.
Where will these new variants come from that we couldn't even imagine today?
Still, they all agree vaccinations are our best bet.
Either get vaccinated, or if we haven't had a chance to get a vaccine yet, at least wear a mask and social distance.
So we really do have to hunker down for a few more weeks.
I'm Britt Conway reporting.
The Baylor Bears are the champions of the college men's basketball tournament after a dominating 86-70 victory over Gonzaga last night. The Bears handed the undefeated Gonzaga team their first loss of the season. Bobby Knight's 1976 Indiana Hoosiers still remain the last team to go undefeated in Division I men's basketball. Jared Butler had 22 points in the championship game and took home the tournament's Most Outstanding Player award. New York Jets quarterback Sam Darnold was traded to the Carolina Panthers in a trade that netted the Jets a second-round pick next year. Darnold, the number 3 overall pick in 2018, is expected to take over as the Panthers' starting quarterback. The Jets are expected to take a quarterback with the number 2 overall pick in this year's draft. The 5 Democrats seeking the party's nomination for Virginia governor are set to meet for the first televised debate of the primary season. The debate is headlined by former Governor Terry McAuliffe and the current Lieutenant Governor Justin Fairfax, as well as former Delegate Jennifer Carroll Foy, Delegate Lee Carter, and State Senator Jennifer McClellan. The hour-long debate begins tonight at 7 p.m. at Virginia State University. That's all for today's live news update. Join us Thursday at 5 for all of your latest news from around the region. Thanks for watching.